Hello, children, everybody, my little ladies and my little fellows, and their moms and their friends and cousins. Hello there. Lovely to see you. So your Sunday morning has begun, and the loveliest way to begin a Sunday is with a story. Yes, so here I am. All right. Now, can you tell me what have you been doing for cleaning your environment, for saving planet Earth? Are you doing that? Yeah. Come on, send me messages. I'm waiting for your messages. Absolutely. Yeah. Good. It really gives me ideas and really makes me feel so glad and cheerful and happy. And I can see your exciting faces. Did you clean your school? Did you make a week in school of cleaning? Are you carpooling? Are you picking up the litter? Have you made your own dustbins? Yes, have you? Right. You can write on Instagram about it. You can give a talk about it in school and give ideas of how to make dustbins. Isn't that amazing? The dustbins, what kind of a monster it is? It eats up all the garbage, the little monsters of garbage. Yes, so we can be healthy and clean. Is that right? Yes. So, let's go. And what are we going to do today? Yes. Oh, I have a very special story for you today. It's full of mystery and action. And it's a fairy tale. Isn't that fun? Thank you. Okay. Who is this? This is Princess Anstiziya. Whoa. She is Princess Anstiziya. She belongs to which land? Tanzania. Tanzango, I think. Tanzango. She lived there. She lived there till she was 6 years old. Now, Tanzango was being ruled by who? This man. He was the king now. And his name is Boris. But the people of Tanzango were not very happy. They were not very happy. Why? Why? Yes, you've guessed it right. Boris was not a good ruler. He was not a kind man at all. He was cruel. He was harsh. He was greedy, and he would make people pay lots of taxes. You know, the money that we pay to the government so it can improve the country or the city. But no, he saved it for himself and did not spend it on people. And though people were working very hard, but no, they could not prosper. They were always hungry. They were always suffering. But Tanzango was not like that. Before he started ruling, before he became the king, who was the emperor? Yes, it was King Reuben, who was ruling over Tanzango, and he was a very kind, very nice, thoughtful and a very fair, बहुत fair किस्म का, बहुत अच्छा सा. He was very good. He was a good father. He was a good husband. He was a good king. He looked after his people and always helped out and did not take very high amount of taxes. बहुत ज़्यादा tax money नहीं लेता था. So the people were happy. But at that time, Boris was his commander-in-chief of the army. He became greedy and hungry for power, for money, and he wanted to be worshipped. Like the king, he wanted to own the castle. So what he did was, he started finding people who were like-minded to उसके जैसे थे, greedy थे, hungry थे, harsh थे, cruel थे, और वो उनको he started bribing them, people like these, lots of people who wanted money and they were ready to do anything for him. So he soon, because of money, because of bribing, he collected a big army for himself, and soon what did he do? He had him arrested, and his wife. So King Reuben and his wife were thrown in the dungeons by his people, by his army, and he became the king, right? And he started charging lot more taxes, and he was very cruel. And poor King Reuben and his wife had to live. The day they were locked up, there was a little princess in the palace also. And when he saw, the mother and the father, when they were being taken to the prison, they shouted, Anstiziya, run, run. She was just 6 years old, poor thing. And she ran and ran. And, they started running after her. But what happened was, after some running, what happened? Oh my God, she vanished in the air. Oh my God, she vanished in the air. And now the army people, the soldiers, were scared of Boris. They came back and told him a lie. They made up a story that she had drowned in the river. Oh, well, he said, who cares? What can a girl do? A woman is a weak thing, she can not harm us anyways, so I don't care. And if she's dead, so be it. So, he did not have a kind heart, and he kept ruling and people kept suffering. But at that time, when this was being done, there were two more people. Two brothers, Mercutio and Harkuti. They were there in the palace. Now, this one, Mercutio, he was very upset to see Boris as a king. He ran away, right? And the same time when baby Anstiziya at the age of 6 ran away. Now, this other brother, he was told by Boris that either he stays, or if he doesn't want to join him, then he would be killed. Then Harkuto, he thought about it. Harkuto thought, if I'm free, then maybe I'll get a chance to free the king and queen. He was very loyal. He was very faithful to the king and queen. So he knew how good they were, and this one was a bad ruler, bad king. So he thought, and then he said, okay, I'll join you. So he joined hands. Now when Mercutio saw that, he was very upset and he disappeared, right? Nobody ever saw him, and he didn't even tell his brother where he had gone. But he had an idea. Maybe Mercutio took up Anstiziya, and that's why she had vanished. So let's see what happens again. Now, on the other end, people were unhappy, but Anstiziya over the years grew up to be a warrior. Warrior. She was taught by Mercutio. What was she taught by him? She was taught karate. Hee-ha, 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 hee-ha. And she grew up into a very strong and a very good-hearted woman, lady. Nobody knew who she was. So when she passed her test, then Mercutio told her, Anstiziya, now you have passed your tests. You are absolutely ready to go to Tenzango and free your parents, the King Reuben and your mother. Oh, so what started happening in Tenzango, what happened was that people felt that at night anybody who was being mean was being hit or tied up. So one day, one soldier, one of the ministers of Boris, he saw a girl carrying a basket of apples. He asked her, "Who are those apples for?" She said, "Oh, these apples are for my sister," this little girl said. "No, she's sick." "Oh, she doesn't need those apples. Give them to me." So this is how King Boris and his people and his ministers were. So he tried to grab because he was a strong man. Hee-ha! Came Anstiziya in her blue clothes and her blue mask, and she said, "Hee-ha! You," and she tied and she hit like this, punched him, and he fell down, and she tied him up, and she said, "You think you are brave? You are using your size. आप बड़े हो और आप ताकतवर हो, छोटी सी बच्ची को आप तंग कर रहे हो? What are you doing? Is this what you're supposed to do? No, not at all. You can't do that. That's so mean and petty. That shows that you're not a brave man. Obviously, anybody can push the girl. What are you doing?" So she let the girl, and so poor man, he was crying and trying to get out of the ropes. And she told the girl, "Okay, you go take the apples to your sister." Now that little girl was so impressed. "Oh, please tell me, what's your name?" As Anstiziya started walking away. She turned back and said, "My name is Asia. Oh, you're a superhero. Oh, you're lovely. Thank you. And she went gladly. Hee-ha! And she saw Anstiziya vanishing in the air. Woo! The girl was so excited. Wow! She's a superhero. And then the word spread in the town that Tenzango that, oh, there was a superhero. There was somebody to rescue them. Even the kids mimicked and played her role. Oh, wow. But it started happening. Whenever somebody was being harsh or snatching money from the poor people during the day, that band felt, oh my God, somebody's watching me. But nothing happened during the day. But at night, same man was attacked by Anstiziya at night, and she would tie them up and take the money back to the poor people. So she became superhero. Yes, Asia. Yes, superhero Asia. So one of the men went to Boris and told him, "Well, when we go to collect taxes, we feel we are being followed, but we can't see anybody. But at night, somebody in blue clothes comes and hits us, and we can't fight back. She hits us." And then Boris started to ask, "What are you talking about?" She. Now, the soldier had been hit by Anstiziya, so he was jittery, and he was saying, Boris got it. "Why are you telling me to be quiet? How can you tell your king to be quiet?" "No." "Oh, no, sir. It's not a he. It's not a man. It's a girl." What? Boris got angry. It was a girl who was hurting and injuring his army. She was wreaking havoc. "A girl," he said. "How can that be? A girl doing this?" No, he couldn't believe it. But now the soldiers were scared when they went to collect tax money, or they wanted to snatch some food or money, extra money from the people unfairly. And he was unfair, I'm telling you that. What do we do now? But here comes our foreign minister. He was the foreign minister, but he could not do anything. No, he was the welfare minister, but he could not do anything. He said, "Sir, Your Highness, we need to know where she comes, when she comes, so we can strategize." फिर हम कुछ plan कर सकते हैं कि क्या हो रहा है. We can plan what's going to happen, right? Now when he heard that it was a girl and she would punch them and tie them up, the people who were being cruel, he smiled a little. He knew who it could be, but he didn't tell Boris. So then they started to plan what to do, how to get rid of this girl. Boris could not believe it. Oh no, how could somebody they would describe Anstiziya to him, but he could not believe it. We have to follow her, we have to get her out, and you have to help us. Harkuto? Yes, Your Highness. Now Harkuto left the castle and started wandering about after sunset. He had heard that she would visit the cruel ones and the harsh ones at night. So he was walking, and then he saw somebody came. Hee-ha! Hee-ha! He heard this voice, and there came somebody with a mask and blue clothes. Oh, he understood. He said, "Hello, Princess Anstiziya." "Ha! How do you know my name?" She punched him. Shoo! There he fell. He fell down. Ooh. But then he said, How do you know my name?" "Ah, I recognize you. You have spots under your eyes. Yeah, lots of them. And that is your, identity. Yes, I know you're Princess Anstiziya. You're King Reuben's daughter. How do you know that?" Oh, then he tells us the story that he stayed back in palace when her parents were arrested and imprisoned, and his brother left, and he knew she was taught by his brother. Which brother? This one, Mercutio. Oh, she was surprised, but she did not trust, the people here. Okay, so she said, "Okay, then if you are loyal still, you want to save my parents, then prove it." Oh, so he said it's a little, She says, "How do I get Boris so out of the picture, out of the way, so I can reach my parents and get them out of the dungeon?" Oh, he said, "Well, it is difficult because he's always surrounded by guards. But there's one day when he's not surrounded by guards, and it's not very far off." "What is that?" He told her that day he held a play on the stage and was the hero in it himself, and it was all about the escape, all about him becoming the king. And then first of all, he's all alone on the stage, and then other characters join him. Oh, really? Really? So, and you come on that day, and he'll be busy acting on the stage, right? And you can unlock your parents. So can I. So, okay, now she waited, and soon that day arrived when Boris held his play, and he was there on his throne and acting and showing that he was a great king, and he was very kind, and line of people would come, characters on the stage, and he would be handing them food, showing he's very benevolent, वो बहुत generous है, बहुत खुले दिल का और बहुत नरम दिल और अच्छा kind-hearted king है. But he wasn't. While he was busy, right? Yeah. So what? And there was a part, curtains came down for the next part, but the next part what people saw was that Boris was on the floor and all tied up with ropes. He could not move, he could not say anything. And who was sitting on his throne on the stage? Princess Anstiziya. People said, oh, is this a new play? Who's this? Then came her Guto on the stage. And he said, this is our Princess Anstiziya. She is King Reuben's daughter. Now she is a true and honorable queen. And then she took off her mask. And there was Princess Anstiziya. People, they started clapping and they were so happy. They remembered the days when King Reuben used to rule. So they could see better days कि अब उनको खाने को मिलेगा, मेहनत के लिए पैसे मिलेंगे और इज्जत मिलेगी. Wow, they were so happy. Now, his minister was there. He said, come on, you think I'm going to watch you do this to Boris, my king? Come on, soldiers, run out and go to the dungeon and kill who's everybody there and take out king and queen from there and take them to a secret cell. The soldiers started running. Now Princess Anstiziya, the brave one, the superhero Asia, she came into action. You can try all your luck. All the doors are locked from outside. And right at this moment, my father, King Reuben, and my mother, Maria, Queen Maria, are being, rescued. And they will be free now. And it is Boris who will be turned out of the city and thrown into exile, into a prison for lifetime. He deserves it. People were so happy. Hurrah! Yay! 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 They were so happy. And Princess Anstiziya was happy. And soon she hugged her father and Queen Maria. And they were so happy together. They were so happy to see her after all those years. And their daughter, the girl daughter, not the princess, had saved them, and there she was. And the king said, now, Princess Anstiziya, she's brave, she's wise, she's kind, and she will look after Tenzango very well, and she will be the queen. So she was made the queen of Tenzango. And the people, achhi baat ye thi ki the people of Tenzango lived happily after that. They were being looked after. And you know what Princess Anstiziya did? In the morning, वो justice पूरा करती थी, सही decisions लेती थी, सबकी बातें सुन, problem solve करने की कोशिश, और रात को a superhero Asia would be in action. She would go to the dark places and look for bad people and catch them and punish them. So there was no crime, no injustice. Har cheez achhi hoti thi. Everybody was so happy under her rule. So Princess Anstiziya became queen, and she ruled like a real good queen. And she lived happily ever after with her father and the people of Tenzango, and Mercutio, and this is Haruto and Mercutio, who had helped her. They became the welfare ministers, and they looked after the people. They looked after Princess Anstiziya and the king, and they lived happily ever after. Now, how did you like this story? Send me messages. You can send me your drawings. You can send me your suggestions. Tell me, how did you like Princess Anstiziya? Wasn't it fun to get to know her? Yeah. So sitting here, we visited again back in time, long time ago, we got to meet Anstiziya. We visited Tenzango without having to get a visa or fly in a plane. Isn't that fun? We have our own wings in our minds and our ears. Yes, and we can go wherever we want to. I hope you're all reading books. Well, lovely to see you. Keep in touch, and I hope and look forward to seeing you on next story time. Bye-bye.